Well, good morning. This is probably going to be one of the strangest videos I've ever recorded, and I almost debate whether I should record it or not, but I'm going to go ahead with it anyway, because one of the things that I want to do is I always want to be able to tell the truth about where I am. And what happened last evening really says a lot. Stuff that I don't even wish I needed to say, but I'm sharing it publicly with everyone. The title of it is A Scary Surprise, and here's the blurb. I had wanted to go hear my son's band play last night and had a little bit of time to catch a nap before getting ready to go. However, when I tried to get up, something was very wrong. The entire right side of my body had almost no feeling at all. It was numb. When I tried to get up and move, I collapsed to the floor. I massaged my right leg and anything else I could think of to try to get the feeling to return to normal. It wasn't working, at least not quickly. It took about an hour to be able to get on my feet again. Once I was able to get on my feet, I began to force movement. It took the better part of an hour before I was able to move without holding on to something outside my body. Even though I seem to be normal again, the experience has been traumatic for me. I have no idea what's going on or why I experienced such a thing. Indeed, I wrestled a lot with what I had just experienced once the feeling had returned to normal in my leg and in the right side of my body. Honestly, I still don't think I'm back to normal. It's almost as if there's a cloud or something mentally that's hanging on the right side of my body. I don't know how else to explain it, but it feels like something isn't right over there, even though I'm able to move again. I'm able to have feelings. I didn't totally lose feeling even when it was experienced, but it felt as if, for example, my right leg was not its normal size. It felt like it was smaller, even though physically, as I look at it, it looked about the same size as normal. But it felt as if it had shrunk. And I don't know if that makes any sense at all. As I said, it probably took 2 to 2.5 hours to get the feeling and movement so that I could walk without feeling like I was going to fall over. It probably took that long, and needless to say, I didn't go to hear my son play last night. My daughter and her husband were quite concerned when I finally was able to open my bedroom door, and I still didn't have 100% feeling even at that time. And I spent time actually walking and moving back and forth, trying to get 100% feeling back. And it took some time to do that, but I was able, by the time that I had opened the door, I was able to move on my feet as long as I was holding on to the wall or holding on to something to keep from falling over. Now, I don't know if that's called a stroke or whatever it is, but it's certainly something that I don't remember experiencing, at least at that level, ever before in my life. And it's not something that I'm jumping up and down for joy and says, "Oh, I'm so glad I experienced this." No, it's a frightening thing to not be able to move your body when you want to. Now, that's something that maybe some people have to deal with all the time, but it's not something that I've ever had to deal with before, certainly not to that extent or for a 2 to 3 hour gap in time. Now, I was able to sleep after that, although I didn't even turn off the light till probably 11 o'clock or somewhere around there. I don't know the exact time, because I almost was afraid to be in the dark, because I still hadn't in my mind figured it out, and even when I woke up around 3 this morning, I was not able to put it together and say what happened. I mean, part of me, even as I'm talking right now, says maybe I had a mild stroke or something like that. My daughter wanted, of course, for me to go to the hospital, and I refused, and I will continue to refuse. Hospitals are not where you go for disease. Let's put it this way. Hospitals are not where I go for disease. Hospitals are something, if I injured myself and had a broken bone, I would go and get the bone set. Or if I somehow had a major cut or something like that, I would probably go to get the wound treated, because I think hospitals are really good at that level of things. But when it comes to a disease, no. I don't trust modern medicine as far as I can throw it, and that's the truth. I think that the entire medical system has been distorted by the cabal, who have an interest in people dying, in people not being well. Even when they treat a disease, the medicines usually have symptoms of something else that they're going to have to treat. So that many people, once they get diseased, end up taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different prescription drugs to try to treat it, because each time they're treating something, they're creating a new symptom with the drug that they're taking. No, I'm sorry, I do not trust modern medicine as far as I can throw it, and that's the truth. And I would rather die than put myself and subject myself to their medical treatments that only create other symptoms in addition to what I'm currently facing. So I don't know where all of this is going to go, and this is probably going to be a relatively short video because of that. But I wanted to say the truth of where I am, and of course I will be sharing more in future videos about what's happening and what steps I'm being shown to take in the future. Now I have a very interesting thing that's been happening, although the man that's involved did not get back to me when I called him yesterday. But I might actually have coming my way something that will be able to treat what's going on with me and help me to make choices that will restore 100%, even more than what it was before. Because that's my desire, because I do believe that in our current world, the system is set up to make us sick. It's not set up to make us well. The motive is to reduce the world's population and to dumb down our mental capacities and our spiritual capacities so that we do not manifest that which would totally, just by the state of being and knowing and realizing, it would totally incapacitate the cabal's structure of having a system set up where they're in control of everything, and where freedom is an illusion. I want to be to the place where freedom is the reality, and the illusion is people that still want to try to mess around with the old paradigm and try to make a control grid work for some reason against the benefit, not for the benefit of everyone. Everyone. And there are psychopathic beings that are running the current system, as you are aware if you're paying any attention at all. People in governments and institutions in our world are hell-bent on creating a control grid where they're in control of everything, because they're the most scared and terrified people in existence, because they have to control everybody and everything in order to feel somewhat safe. And the truth is, they never will feel safe until they stop that sick game. It's a pathology, and it's a pathology that that needs to be healed. And whatever has happened to me is probably a step in the process of my own healing, although I don't know how to put it all together yet. I haven't mentally put the pieces together and figured out, okay, this is what it is, this is what it's about, this is what's going on. But anyway, I feel the need, actually, not the need that I need to do it, but to be honest, I need to state up front what's going on with me and where I'm going. Now, this was not the video that I had planned before all of this occurred. I had planned to do another follow-up video to the one that I recorded yesterday, but this is the one, this is the next video, and I ask for those of you that pray to pray for wisdom for me, that I will be able to take the steps necessary to build from this experience and become better than I've ever been before. That's my desire. I do not accept that this is something that's going to in any way incapacitate me or stop me from fulfilling that which I believe I was born to do and I was created to do. That is my mission in this world, to help manifest the kingdom of heaven on earth. Thank you for listening, and have a beautiful day. Namaste.